Hi, my name is Adam Avrilla. Welcome back. This month we are going to take a greeting card and we're going to transform it with our beautiful bouquet into the perfect gifting item. The first thing we're going to do to prepare for our display is pick out a greeting card. I picked out this greeting card because honestly I like the colors, I like the saying. Any greeting card will work. This is great for our get well, new baby, anniversary, pretty much whatever you want. Grab a card that has small section of scripts. You don't want one that's completely covered because it'll overweigh the whole design. And what we're going to do is we're just going to cut this apart. And have a little passage. And I'm leaving a little bit of the border on there just because I think the border is really pretty, so I just left a little bit on. And then cut out the inside, the saying that you would like. And if you would like to sign it, you can go ahead and sign it and then cut it out below your signature. I am not signing this. I just really want the sentiments to be what is done. And let's go ahead and just give these some pretty corners. Let's do the same on this one. And then we have our little verbiage for the arch. All right, let's just get rid of this. Just throw that right on the floor, no big deal. Put these to the side for later. And let's talk about vessels. Really, any long vessel you have will work perfectly fine for this design, but we want to make sure we have it long enough so we can have the flower stand up to hold the saying in the middle. So I chose this beautiful wood vessel. And then our floral foam. You're going to want to cut it before you put it in water and before you put it in your vessel. I always use a serrated knife when I do that. So I'm just going to cut it to fit. Cut it right down. And as you see, it'll fit right into there. Perfectly fit, right? And then you don't need this kind of container to soak it. I just want to show you the proper ways to soak it. Floral foam, you just have to let it sit there and it'll fall as it soaks. You never want to pour water over the top and you don't want to push it down into water because the inside won't get wet enough. So we're just going to leave that in there to soak for a few seconds. And while it's doing that, I'm going to cut off 2 more little pieces that can go into the sides just if I need them. So those are some of the prep items that we're going to have to do for this design. And do you see how it's just gradually going down and the color's changing? That's how I know that it's completely soaking up water. Now that it has completely filled with water, we're going to go ahead and put it in our container. And I'm going to take these little guys and put them right at the side. And that is it. Our container is ready for the flowers. Now that we have our foam soaked in our container, I've already pre-organized my flowers and foliages. As you know, we unwrap that beautiful bouquet and we spread it out so we know what we have to work with. And today we're going to start with the ruscus. We're going to cut it into pieces about this size. Not very big. This is going to be our ground covering. The thing about using foliages like this is it goes so much further than if we just use one piece. This has a lot of space it covers. So as you can see, and then we're just going to put it around the edge of the container just to start giving us some of that beautiful sky blue. This is nice and bright. for us all wishing spring was almost here, as I'm sure you are, as I am. My favorite time of the year when Earth comes and wakes back up. Then you can put a few of them in the center. Do you see how just these couple of pieces of this beautiful tinted ruscus already covers up so much of our foam? So let's go ahead and put these in. Beautiful already. What do you think? It's already kind of beautiful. Next, we're going to use our Gerbera daisies. We're going to pull these straws off. We don't need them. And let's cut it, and we're going to place it into the design above the blue ruscus. When you use floral foam, you really want to make sure that you're pushing the stem down as far as you possibly can. That way it gets enough water. What happens when floral foam dries out from the top down, and I've seen a lot of people where they just barely put it in and then the flowers die. So make sure you really push that down as far as you can. Next, I'm going to add my carnations. If they're not as open, just rub your fingers along like that, and that'll slowly open them up without damaging the petals. And this is going to be our moment for our hanging message, or hanging cards. We're going to put one on one side. Let's do the other on this. And on the third one, we can put right down into the center, fluff it open a little bit, and we are good to go. Next, let's add our Ostromeria. I'm going to cut the pieces off, as you can see. The thing about Ostromeria, as well as lilies, roses, you want to leave enough space for them to open up. Because what's going to happen is, within a couple of days, if you've given this as a gift or even keeping it for yourself, these flowers are going to open and it's going to look night and day to what it looks like now. And there's nothing more special than having nature reveal itself right in front of you. Every morning you get up, that'll look a little bit different. These Ostromeria will open up. I chose to use the more closed ones on this because I wanted to give you guys the idea of how much space they actually need to pop open. Do you see that they all have enough space so they can open up? Next, let's add our roses. We're going to cut them off, just as we've been doing with everything else in the design, into little pieces, and we're going to go ahead and put those in all around. And again, this is like the Ostromeria. These are going to open up too. And we want to experience that opening ceremony of the flowers. This is going to be the perfect gift or perfect shower moment. Imagine if you hung a sonogram in the middle and it became a baby reveal, or you put the picture of a wedding couple that's about to be wed for their shower, and you put that in the middle, and this is on a card table or a gift table. It is a perfect, perfect design idea to celebrate life's special moments. I've shortened down my mini carnations, and these we're just going to place throughout, carrying that beautiful orange throughout the design. And this is a type of design you could do with any of the month's bouquets. Feel free to match the colors for your event, or if it's somebody's birthday in 2 months, create this with that bouquet and you have a special occasion. We're just putting these in. And again, I know I've said this many times already, but this bouquet is all about watching it open for the recipient, seeing how it's going to bloom out. And last but never least is our Euryngenium. And we're going to cut this, again, just like we did the others. And this we're going to put in between, if there's a little bit of foam showing, you put these guys there so it covers up the foam. and adds that texture that we need in this design. We need that beautiful nature's texture in this design. As you can see, it is covering up the foam very well, and it's just adding a beautiful moment. Now that we have our design beautifully created, it's time to add our message of joy. I am using yarn for this design. You could use ribbon, you can use twine, really whatever you like, you feel free to use. I use yarn in a lot of my designs because I just love the natural texture of it. And it's so versatile, it comes in so many colors, so I just love yarn. So let's tie it up, triple knot it, double knot it to one side. And then I always leave a little bit hanging because I just think it's pretty. And then I want to tie it taut around the other side because, you know, yarn is going to give a little bit. And so we want to make sure that the message does not sag too far down. And don't tie it too tight around the stems because we don't want to break the stem of the flower, do we? And hang that down. Special moment. And now our messages. We already cut out our messages. And I have these gold clips that I like. You could also use some paper clips. Whatever you prefer, you can use. I just like the gold clip. I just think a little bit of shimmer never hurt nobody. And we're just gonna put it on to our ribbon, our yarn, our twine, to give the perfect sentiment for whatever occasion it is. Remember, use this for get well, birthday, thinking of you, thank you, showers, anything you can think of, this would be perfect. I hope you enjoyed this month's video. I look forward to seeing you next month. Remember, send me pictures, comment, tell me what you like. And remember, always like and subscribe so you can see what we're doing next.